Um, also,
Yes.
it's exciting to be here. Hello, everyone. My name is
Happy to
Philip
have you.
Adama Abel. I am proper Ninja boy, but
Yes, the name
current-
says it all. The Adama says it all.
exactly. And I'm the CTO, Chief Technology Officer of Cleva. Um, Cleva is a business that we launched in August of 2023 to just tackle this problem of US dollar banking access for remote workers, businesses, individuals that just do business across borders. Um, but prior to Clever, I've been an engineer for many years in the software industry out here in the US, specifically around Boston, Massachusetts, northeast parts of the US. I've been a software engineer for many years, worked across Amazon Web Services, Twilio, Akamai Technologies. And so by the time we started Clever, the goal was to take a lot of these great experiences we had learned building software across these massive companies and use that to try to do a great job and build the kind of software product that Africans, Nigerians, people like me deserve to have. So that's why we're doing this. Many other reasons too, but one of the reasons. And then prior to coming to the US to work, I grew up in Nigeria, specifically in Kano, went to school out there before coming to the United States for college, and then working and then launching Clever. So that's just a summary
Woo.
of my background.
Okay, okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Woo. I think you omitted something. I think you
Massive.
didn't mention something about MIT. Tell us about that. I
Oh,
think I
okay.
think I Oh, you see, I told you I'm calling you out. I'm here. There's no hiding anything with me right now. Tell us about that.
Problem. Yes, I can talk about that. So MIT is where I went for my undergraduate degree. So I have a bachelor's and master's both in computer science, software within that software space, right? And I got into MIT from Nigeria after I finished secondary school in Kano. So it was different story there, but something I'm very
Wow.
grateful for because all of that training and grounding has been very critical over the years, like my
Oh
professional life,
yeah.
what we're doing now. And then so I was at
Okay.
MIT for 4 years before my master's at Georgia Tech. Yeah.
No. Okay. Woo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Okay. Now back to Bima. Bima, over to you. Let's get to know you. And let's get to like not a simple intro, please. Over to you, Bima.
All right, guys. My name is Daniel. Um, I'm the founder and CEO at Wagyr. So the entire aim of why I am building Wagyr is because I want to create a an economy that is accessible to the average person in the African ecosystem. So, and I realized that the easiest thing that we could actually do to monetize is the gaming skills, basically for gamers. Um, but aside this, my background, I've been a builder for a couple of years. I've worked with different companies, so they're not so big as Mr. Phillips. So I've worked with companies, including Meta as well. I've helped sponsored
Hold on.
events.
Wait. Could you repeat yourself again? You said including.
Meta, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I literally just build brands. I build products for major brands in the space, and I've done that for a couple of years. But I had a dream that I want to actually have a brand that could really change the industry for the creative or the creators economy forever, especially when it comes to the African industry. So, and that pointed out to gaming, and I feel like through this space, you guys will get to understand more why gaming is that revolutionizing skill that could actually bring a lot of global opportunities to the African ecosystem. Thank you.
Oh, let's go, let's go, let's go. So, guys, I told you that we're having like big giants and people we're really proud of because just listening to them, you get to understand that there are people you can say they understand what it means to start from the grassroots and start from being here in Nigeria and shipping out global, right? So, yeah, that I think that's basically why we have this live stream, the fireside chat, is to make us meet people like this, the Africans that are doing incredible stuff around the world, right? So thank you very much for the introduction. I'm super pumped. I have a lot of questions. Even from the introduction, I have a lot of questions that I feel like they might just say, "Echo, this live stream is not just about you." Okay, so my first question is going to Philip. I'm moving to Philip again. When it comes to Clever, right? Could we get like a little intro of the history? Now we understand the reason why you built it. We want to, because the listeners we have here are founders, developers, creatives, people look aspiring to have products. I want to know what was one of the fails you had when it comes to Clever and something you learned on that your journey. Yeah.
You said failure. I didn't
Yeah,
catch
fails.
it. Fails.
Yeah,
Okay.
fails.
Yeah.
Because you get a lot of people talking about their wins, but we
Mm,
know that the fails and how you bounce back from those fails really what counts and really what makes you stand out, right? So
yes.
just give us one of those experience. It doesn't have to be very serious, but it counts. Yeah.
Yes. So we've definitely had to navigate failure from the beginning, right? Because launching any business or building anything from scratch is not easy. Like you start from multiple different kinds of problems. Building the product is one thing, distributing it, getting it out there, having people use it is another thing. Taking hard feedback, you build something, maybe people don't like it or something like that. Nigerians, they don't hold back. They give you that feedback and you have to take it, right? So I'll definitely say, I want to start by giving a shout out to the people who still stay in the game and continue to build. One obstacle I would say we encountered, or even failure in the early days that we bounced back from, was just looking for ways to secure funding, right? In the early days, getting funded was not very easy, right? And we had to go through many different months of just like talking to investors, pitching the idea, building something, making progress, over time before we were able to land the kind of capital that we needed to really push and the product forward. So I can speak to that because it's even public. A primary example being how we tried to get into Y Combinator the first time. We did get to the interview round, but didn't quite make it into the program at the time because they didn't necessarily like the idea we were pitching. But we didn't give up. We doubled down, went, made the product better, launched it, got some customers, and tried again and got in the second time. So that's one problem I can highlight, that it hasn't always been up, up, up from the beginning. We had to navigate
Yeah.
this in the early days.
Yeah. Great
Yeah.
one. Thank you for that submission. How about you, Bema? Uh, what's your experience with fails? Right. Yeah. I'm sure when he
Honestly,
was talking about his own, your mind was like, oh more.
honestly, I
That's
can literally relate. To be honest, like currently, we are still in the like moments of race, and I know how many rejections we've gotten, and especially from brands, antlers, and all of those stuff like that. So even to the one we've gotten from angels, it was a whole lot of struggle and stuff, different calls, different meetings, and the rest of it. Like, but um, I think the major thing, because I was already prepared for that mentally, because I know it's something founders will have to go through, getting fundings from investors. But one of the major things we got from the whole Wagyr building is that we needed the right direction. So in the early stage, when we actually pushed out something, it was hard. We came up, having 1,000 users, 600 matches was played, and but the thoughts around how can we, aside people actually staking themselves on Wager, how can we actually make gaming be monetized and they can actually earn without actually staking themselves? So that took a really, really huge turn on, thinking and thoughts. And we saw, because that's the narrative, we want gaming to actually pay more than 9 to 5s. So uh, that was like the real phase that we had to go through, the thought around the idea, how we're going to push through from this and stuff. So until we actually got into something, sort of business model that work, and yeah, but that was it. That was a phase for both with the builders and the users as well.
Wow.
Because not all Nigerians will want to stake. So for some people, it's even something for them, for their religion, that they're not allowed to
Mhm.
stake. And yet it
Yeah.
has to be a product for whole people, for whole users, basically.
Mm. Great, great. So you got your own share of Shege trying to figure that out. Um,
Yeah.
so like I'm still going to you, Bima. Just a follow up question. Um, other gaming platforms focus on like making people just about rewards, right? About rewards, but that Wager is big on reputation. Is big on reputation. Is it? Could you throw light on that? Yeah, because you mentioned about making like money more than like a 9 to 5 job, which is crazy and very ambitious to want to do such an amazing stuff. What's up with the reputation stuff? I think it's something that makes your brand unique. Yeah, please share light on that.
Yeah. So one thing that I always notice in the trend of what becomes the global spotlight, what majority look into. So for example, traditional sports, Messi, Ronaldo was not as big as it is today. It grew into what it is today. Some years ago, it was something that looks new to us. So it's the same way currently esports industry is going to have new icons, new celebrity people are going to cherish. The entertainment industry is going to want this. So, and there is no esports without data. So, and that's why Wager is starting or being the foundation layer for that, for every gamers and the esports industry at large. So I need to be able to tell. I can't hear you, Echo. So I need to be able to
Yeah, yeah,
tell,
please go
the
ahead.
players' records, win rates, and all of those things. That's the way they get visibility. That's the way we can come on their next big match and stuff and stuff and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, so what Wager is doing something that I think a couple of brands are not doing, which is y- like for example, you win a tournament here with FIFA, right? You are able
hmm,
to have that reputation that I've won this, even when you move on to another game and something
exactly.
around that. Could you
Yeah.
explain that concept?
Yeah, so the records of me playing a game with my pal yesterday, tomorrow he can come and meet me and say, no, it was one that won the game. That's happened a lot, you know. So yeah,
Ah,
the
you
the
are,
the
that's a
platform.
feature that has to stand.
So yeah, the platform keeps all the records. I played you today. The entire thing is clear. In fact, now we have live stream features to show you. We just go back there and check the live stream. This is how we went. As simple as that. So yeah, well, it's just to keep the record of our gamings. The ones we play in the parlor with our friends, with our pals, and all
Mhm.
of those things like that. It's going to actually count. Literally, we are building icons from their parlors. Yeah, from
Mm.
their literally from their living rooms.
Mhm. I think it's an amazing one, and yeah, kudos to you for that feature. I'm really not a super like. In fact, I'm not saying that on live. I'm an amazing player when it comes to soccer. I'm not going to say I'm not that amazing, but I know I have friends that they will always want to see my downfall when we're playing soccer. But I love that feature for real. Phil, back to you. There's something about um having 7,000 plus users. 7,000 plus users. I'm sure it's bigger than that now, but with my record, what I know is like over 7,000 plus
700.
users. 700,000. My
Okay,
bad. Please forgive me. I'm not bringing that down.
no problem.
So yeah, 700,000 plus users. 700,000. Oh my bad. Please forgive me. I'm not bringing that. So yeah, 700,000 plus users. 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 700,0 what my question is, what is like a pinpoint you have noticed, because these users were using another platform before then, right? What is the pinpoint you think, or that Clever has been able to solve that made them switch to working and using Clever?
Yeah, so I would say that before Clever launched, there weren't necessarily perfectly working solutions out there. There were solutions on the market, but each one had its own kink. Either one was more expensive than the other, or there
Yeah.
was access problem where due to some constraints, some people needed to be on maybe some wait list to access these dollar accounts they really needed to get paid by their own clients after offering services. So we came in to solve that problem directly to say, okay, with the network we have built over the years, as of the time, some things have changed now, so certain things have become easier over time. But as of when we were looking to launch, finding a banking partner that's willing to let you build on their rails and whatnot was the
Yes.
problem, right?
Yes, sir.
We were coming in from that angle to say, okay, we could tap into our networks and see how we leverage it to find a bank and solve this access issue. So, number one was access. So that as of when Clever launched, there was no need for you to necessarily be on a wait list to get this account anymore. We could just give it to you after KYC. So, that was one. And number two, one of the things that helped us adopt customers very quickly was we came in with a very, very fair price point. We weren't looking to be the most expensive product on the market, even though we had built these nice features that would work. You could trust the brand, ensure that your money wasn't going to get lost. We didn't need to charge you as much as other people were charging at that time. So it was a
Yeah.
combination of building it in a way that was more accessible, building it in a way that wasn't too expensive so that when you receive your money, you're not paying too much in fees and all these other added things. Putting up proper customer support and whatnot just made it, you know, grow pretty popular within the Nigerian market. Um, the other thing too is, I mean, over time too, we've seen a lot that's been done in the Web3 space with stable coins. And so our own plan over time has always been start with Web2, do all these different things. 'Cause there are customers in that space that still need to get paid, then bridge it
Yeah.
with Web3. And that's literally what we're doing, with stable coins, with what Base is doing on Coinbase, getting that USDC through Base, getting USDC through other places too where people are, so that we can support everybody. So that's how we're approaching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Clever has done like, you guys are clever, right? Using the word clever to justify clever, right? Right? Because if you think about it, moving to the fact of the issues like having partners, like having banks wanting to partner with, I think you're like pace setters, because when can do, then it can be done, right? And that breaking the ice and letting other people know is possible. Now people are enjoying it and feeling like, oh, is that easy? Partners are just, oh,
Mm,
we want it, and they're like, okay, cool, we have that feature. Not with most people not knowing that there were people that started this, and when it started, it wasn't as rosy as it is right now.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I can tell, because that's 2023. That's more, no, it means
Exactly.
I'm
Even
saluting you.
before, and it was even harder before 2023, where there are all these different
Yeah,
things. There was this very popular bank that I won't necessarily mention, but the bank itself had some challenges, right? And they had to shut down their fintech program. That affected a lot of money movement apps at the time. So there were all
yeah.
these challenges in the space that kind of made building a product like ours a bit shaky, you know. And that was the reality at the time, although it has changed a bit now over the last 3 years.
Yeah. This is me giving you your flowers. This is me giving you your flowers.
Okay.
So back to you, Bema. One question I've always wanted to ask, or when I found out that we could have this interview, like have you on the table, was gaming, like having a gaming system or having a gaming platform is not easy when it comes to computation and how heavy it is. And I've always wondered how it, like, whether there are, like, what's the word, good platforms, or let's say ecosystems that can actually manage heavy duty um, games like what Wagyr is providing. So my question is, why base? Why base? Why did you decide to use base?
Okay. So one thing about me is that I am very futuristic in thinking. So whenever I do anything, I always try to see the long term in it. So even starting with Wager, because I know what Wager is going to do for people and how it's going to, create the next set of people who are going to be watching and looking out for in the future. It's the same for base. So, and I do recognize the efforts, happening with other ecosystems. But one thing I know for sure is that base is going to hold or be the infrastructure layer for the most, let's say, um, appreciated, valuable unicorns in history. So we can already see how it's coming through, how it's flowing, the culture, the nature, the support. So I only just expect more of what is going to become like in the next 10 years, next 5 years. So the infrastructure itself has actually proven itself as a builder's culture, system or ecosystem. So yeah, that's why we base. We're just following the moving train that would lead the entire ecosystem.
Hmm. I think that's like a perfect answer to that. In fact, when using the word infrastructure, that was the word I was looking for, right? Because um, it's for myself. The little I know about games, I understand that there's a lot of computational power that's needed to run heavy stuff on like gaming and the gaming industry. So yeah, I think your submission is perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to go to Phil. Phil, I have a question for you. I wrote it down, so I'm going to just read it out.
Mm.
So don't be scared.
No, no.
So Clever an international money transaction operator license. How does this change the speed and cost of sending money home from Africans in the diaspora?
Yeah, so
I'm talking
us
about the IMTO license.
license, yeah, international money transmission license. Um, I need to check the full acronym again, but it's something we're very grateful to have from the Central Bank of Nigeria. That stamp of approval for any business looking to be in the money movement business, the stamp of approval always helps quite a bit because it means that we can talk to more serious players in the space, strike partnerships that would have, let's say, been a bit harder to do without the approval from the central bank. So the direct impact actually is more long term. It allows us to be able to still have partnerships that ultimately will not reduce the cost of operating. It allows you to be able to have that clear path towards getting to scale. And when we unlock even bigger scale, we can offer the services and the product at a lower price point for most of the customers. So that's one of the things that we find genuinely exciting about having this license. As for speed, it also impacts speed in the sense that because you can partner with high quality providers now, you can do things that would have been harder to do kind of on your own. Many fintechs, when you start out in the early days, you can't necessarily build everything from scratch, right? Because that takes time. So us having this license helps us, come in plainly, partners, the best partners in the market so that if money needs to move from point A to B, we're able to use the best approach to do it and make sure it gets delivered speedily. So that are the two main things I can speak to for the benefits right now. Mm.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much for that. I have another question for you. So
Mm.
just don't breathe easy yet.
Mm.
So well, you've been doing an amazing job. I think your response has been amazing, and I think eye opening, and it just makes it easier for us to love Clever as a brand, and seeing the face behind all the magic that's being done is
Thank you.
really commendable. Yeah. My follow-up question for you is, With partnerships like ALX and Full Gap, you are clearly targeting talents like the talent ecosystem. What's the next big feature you're building to help African talents go global?
Great question. I love that question because it strikes at the heart of why we even started Clever in the first place. I talked about how there are like multiple reasons why we're doing it. On one hand, we felt like we could build a good solution that doesn't charge too much. But on the other hand, we know that, Mark Anderson said in the past that software is going to eat the world. Software is eating the world, will continue to
Yeah.
eat the world, and we want to be a big part of that story, right? Creators on the continent, freelancers, remote workers need many different things to thrive,
You can
right?
say that again. You can say that again.
They need many, many different things to thrive. So part of our own plan over the coming years is to continue to build the tools that help them with access to, like today, it's easier today to create your content for YouTube and try to monetize than it
Mhm.
was 5 years ago. We
Yes.
expect it to get even easier over the next couple of years.
Mhm.
That this boom with AI content creation, all these different things going on, like that open up new avenues for people to be able to create content and monetize. Clever wants to be part of that story too, right? So
Mhm.
without necessarily diving into the specifics of how we're going to do it, we're definitely
Yeah.
looking very closely at like all the different things we can do to support creators, individuals, people who are looking to either be content creators to monetize or create something of value, teach, do all these different things online.
Yeah.
Definitely looking at the kinds of tools we can build, whether it's on base, whether it's on the Web 2 side, to really maximize opportunity for everyone.
It
Yeah.
has to be on base. It has to be on base.
Absolutely. I mean, we are here. So we are very bullish, right? Like
Yeah.
Bima said, like we're very bullish on base and like what base unlocks. So we're very,
Mhm.
very eager to continue to like deepen that partnership and like, based on the signals we're getting, figure out what else to do in addition to what we've done so far.
I was super excited when I had that question to like give it to you because I noticed the ALX and other like platform partnerships. I'm like, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
you're thinking right. You're speaking my language, and
absolutely.
because if you think about it, I think African has a sea. What was the word? I would I say like an ocean of talents
Hmm.
that are unable to tap global opportunities, right? And I think Clever is a pipeline to that, to those
Yep,
opportunities that are out there. Because
absolutely.
whether it's payments, whether it's partnerships, and other people seeing it, I think, yeah, I love the partnership, and I can only imagine how big it's going to be. Like I know you're going to do more other partnerships, bigger ones,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see the amazing stuff that you guys get to do.
Thank you.
So Bima, are you here? Are you here? Are you here with us?
Yeah, sure. I'm here.
I have one heavy question for you, just and I'm super excited about this question. So,
Okay.
with a recent 50K funding boost, what can the Base West Africa community expect in terms of um, tournaments, ambassadorship opportunities in the coming months? Are we looking at something like that? Should we have our fingers crossed? And this is me speaking as a base ambassador, and an ambassador for creatives as well.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So the past 1 month, we first of all be using that for positioning because wrong
Mm.
speed in the wrong direction. I mean, like speed in the wrong direction would be like you know not a good thing for us to do at this point.
Yeah.
So we have to first of all work out what is the right direction for us currently. So
Yeah.
we've currently have made the prediction market, that's the trading layer, with the esports market, which means we're bringing in volume into the esport market. So now the interesting part about this is it solves the problem of how we're going to monetize gaming skills. So every time you play a one-on-one match with your pals now, it now hands you a creator's fee that is
Oh,
generated from the prediction total volume. So
okay.
I can see how that massive is going to get. Imagining that all plans works out. We have maybe over 50K dollars in one match, and it happens that you were the creator of that particular match. So, and you're getting a creator's, fee from that, and you didn't have to stake at all to actually hand that. So that is the direction we have to first of all sort out how gaming can actually be monetized. So, both players can earn. And yeah, now regarding how we're now going to push forward having this, we have two major events coming up. One is the creators event, which is first of all the way we want to use to activate the um activate the prediction pool. We're going to be having 50 creators from different countries,
Wait,
Southeast
wait.
Asian.
First of all, before you go ahead, sorry for cutting in. You're having an event.
Yeah,
When is it starting? When are you starting this event?
yeah, April.
April. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me write that down. Okay. April. Okay. Go ahead,
yeah.
please.
So we're going to be having 50 creators. It means these are popular gamers we already know. They are going to have to play with themselves. And then the rest of the community, the traders, we're going to do a lot of work in the prediction market, Web3 side of things, to make sure that enough volume comes into the ecosystem to reward these creators. So it's going to be watched globally, and as these creators take themselves, that introduce first of all what we're trying to do to the traders, to the DJs in the prediction market. So, and then the creators actually also bring the rest of the gamers on board, thousands of them, to then try out the platform to start earning from actually playing games, 1v1 with each other. So we're also having a tournament. We've onboarded over 500 plus tournament organizers. We've been in talk
Wow.
with them for the past 2 months as well. So
Wow.
as the old tournament, the prediction industry can, push in volume, keep trading all the tournaments, who's going to win, who's not going to win. You know how the prediction market works. So
Yeah.
that creates volume system into the, for tournament organizers as well. They also get to earn a creator fee, and also the players will win their tournament as well. So all of those, prerequisites have been engineered into the platform.
Okay.
So the tournament, I think we're having a couple of them this particular month. They'll be posting on the platform, so most people who play games can just join. And I'm surprised myself that Nigeria alone can actually provide over 50 million in prize pool. I don't know how they got that, but they're going to be listing that out
We have
tournament.
money.
So
And we like playing. We like playing games. I guess.
yeah, like the industry is actually showing the possibility of becoming the next big thing in the space. Like volume is coming into it, like rapidly. Yeah.
I have a question. I have a question. I think I need you to talk about it because I mentioned something about are we is there a plan for ambassadors in coming months because we want more Africans to have this experience working with global brands doing big things. Because here's the amazing stuff about and I think I've always been someone talking about like the power of ambassadorship programs, right? The idea is goes into building a global brand. For me, I think being an ambassador, being someone that works with a global one of like the best takeaways you get from working with big brands like yourselves, right? So I'm an should we be expecting programs like that maybe in the universities and all of that? Are there plans for that, or do you have that currently running? Secondly, what platforms do people go to right now if there are people that want to understand what's happening with Wagyr? What platforms would you advise them to go to first that they're getting everything undiluted right on time? Bima, are you there? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
You're yeah, you're muted. You're muted.
Okay. So
Yeah.
as for ambassadors, yeah, so we're starting the entire ambassadorship deals, calls, and all of that like that. This month we have them in plans, and universities and schools all in this month. So
I'm in the
definitely
spirit.
we're going to be reaching out um, to actually get a lot of ambassadors on board. So, and
Okay.
the best way, I think we've already designed an ambassador forum on the website currently. It's there. So, but we're still
Okay.
looking out for a better way to actually um, route out the specific things we need ambassadors to do for us and how we can actually grow the brand together. So we're going to be having more details there, more updates there. But yeah, right on the website, wager.co. So it's right there within the tabs. You can actually see the ambassadors forum. So it's there currently on the platform. Um, yeah, so that's that on that hand. I wasn't done with my conversation earlier on the plans that we actually have aside the events. And I've only mentioned one of the events, which is the 50 creators activations we're having. It's the first prediction event that we're going to be having in Africa. Um,
Woo.
so yeah, so the second one is the leaderboard. We just call it leaderboard. It's an end of the year plan that we're having with major brands and major banks system. So we're going to be having different gamers. That's like the best way we want to actually award give titles to the gamers that have started building their rank, playing on the platform from current, this time to the end of the year, and actually give them the best reward ever. In my head, I'm thinking of numbers, just to show that gaming can actually become that skill that
Let's go.
changes Nigeria, the African average gamer lifestyle and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, leaderboard is the last event. It's going to be happening the close of this year. Everybody's going to come out physically. The leaderboard is going to be on a wide screen. We're going to have that gameplay and the rankings and all of those stuff like that live. While we play, you challenge people and have fun in the regular chairs, the regular FIFA and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I,
that's
I
it.
wanted to I wanted to talk about I wanted to ask you about the the games that are available because I'm a badass when it comes to playing games. Not playing games like with people, but playing real games and having fun, right? I'm a
Mini
badass,
Sudoku.
but I want to know what are the games that people can really jump into because I know you have chess, I know you have FIFA, and I know some guys that are super excited about the FIFA games. And what other A-list games should we be expecting, or are we done with the games, or what games do we have? And also, the
Oh
next
yeah.
question I would have was, I'm sorry, the next question I've always,
Okay.
when you were speaking, I didn't want to interrupt you, was about the, you spoke about prediction. Yeah, prediction market.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
always been wondering, how does this prediction stuff, is it going to get bigger when it comes to prediction? I mean, like predicting other things that happen besides gaming and all of that. What's the concept behind prediction market? Is it going to get bigger, or are we just going to stick to games?
On Wager.
Yeah, on wager, yeah.
Yeah, definitely on Wager. Yeah, it's something that I believe it's necessary. I'm going to try to talk about it on the grass level first. So in Kenya, I was sent from one of the tournament organizers that they were having a tournament before we spoke with the tournament organizer. Just within the house in the game, they put together at least 5K betting on who was going to win. That was prediction market in a manual way.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a big event in Kenya, like
Yeah.
definitely. But I was like, that's just to show you that. And according to data, there are currently 640 million viewers. That's gotten that big on Twitch, on YouTube, that watch the esport market, want to see people play, want to see certain kind of people play and stuff like that. So the prediction market, although on our own hand, we are going to be doing a lot of work to make sure that traders in the in the prediction market generally get interested in this space of using data, because now it goes beyond, because that's what they actually do. But you can use players' data to predict their next win, their players' live matches, what they've
Yeah,
done, in the past and stuff. And then you can get to use that to predict, oh, they're going to win this particular match while you're watching it live on Wager on the platform.
great,
So it's going to
great.
get bigger. I expect to see in a couple of months $1 million in volume per match. Yeah. So it's going to get
Let's
bigger.
go. Let's go. That's what, I love the fact that when I'm speaking with founders, they're always calling numbers. And like I remember when Phil, like I made a mistake with the number and he was correcting me, like, hey, it's and I see Biba doing that a lot. So because of time, let's wrap this up. And I'm going to definitely have you back, Phil, Bima. I'm definitely calling you back for another live stream for us to talk more about what's happening and what you're cooking, right? But to round it up, I'm going to ask: is there what's your final words? What's your final word for founders, for people listening, and yeah, what's the plan? Just something. Final words. Phil, over to you. Then Bima, you take the mic next.
Yeah, so I would say like it's already been said out there. This is one of the greatest times to build. You know, things have gotten easier and easier over time. We've had the likes of AWS, these hyperscalers that have solved many key pain points that made building software hard. All right. And so over time, we've even now had models today that makes it easy for anyone really, again, with the advent of AI tools, to be able to spin up test environments that don't charge you a lot up front. And so you're able to pay for what you use, this and that. So basically, my advice to people out there is for them to do more tinkering, take the time out, take that weekend out to try to experiment with ideas, try to build something. Platforms like Base already exist to make it relatively easier to monetize what you're doing, right, and put it out there. So just want to encourage folks to tap into these networks that exist, these advancements that has happened over time, and try to express themselves a bit more through ideas that normally would have been hard to execute on, but it's becoming easier and easier to execute on now. So that's it. And when obstacles come, of course, just persist. Think about creative ways of navigating.
Yes.
That's what all of us do in the process of building.
Yeah, great one. And I'm coming back to you on something you said you're cooking that you don't announce yet. So I'm definitely calling you back on this.
Uh,
So yeah, Bima, over to you. What's your last words?
Okay, guys. So this is the first time that there's going to be a big revolution in the space in terms of creators economy, and I think it's a very very serious thing that gaming is now becoming a skill that could be used to earn money. We can tell that this was just a thing for fun in the past years, and now we've also made it better on Wager. If you've ever been rugged on DJing, now you can just play FIFA and you can earn creators fees. I think that's game changing, and I really
Yes.
feel yeah. I honestly, personally, to me, having to just play game in the parlor with my friend, play FIFA, play chess, whatever it is, and then I'm getting creators fee after we are having fun, with a match. I think that's really, really game changing. And I want to encourage gamers, our already existing users on the platform. Just keep building your rank. We're having a lot cooked up for you guys in terms of earnings and a lot of events coming up that is definitely going to be global opportunities for you. So, yeah, that's what I have to say.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much, Phil. Thank you so much, Bima. I also wanted to ask a question. Where is the Bima coming from? Please, you just have to spill that out because I know you said your name is Dan. So where is Bima coming from?
It's Bima means lights. I like to think of
Oh,
myself as illumination. Yeah, I bring
yeah.
light to
Okay.
things.
I understand now because I was like Beamer. Okay, cool,
Awesome.
nice. Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Phil, for um joining us on today's fireside chat. Thank you so much, Bima. It was really exciting and fun speaking with both of you. And if there's something I've learned is that everybody goes through that shaky time,
Mm.
right? But you just have to persist and you just have to keep on pushing. And always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, guys. And see you on the next, not the next, but another fireside chat with Bays. Do have a lovely day. Bye bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Cheers.
Bye.
Peace.
Yeah, bye guys.